Hi, everybody. Claudia McMullen here from Fluffy Cow Coffee. As you know, we are the only coffee company in the country that supports farm animal sanctuaries, and we do so by having our weekly online fundraiser with a specific sanctuary partner. And today we're here with the lovely Amy Osajima and the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary. And who is that, Amy?
That's Lilith. She wanted to lick the camera.
Hi, Lilith. Now, Amy, tell us all about the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary, when you began, how you began, what your mission is, and where you are.
So the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary is located in Bloomington, Indiana. We're in between Bloomington and Nashville on about 60 acres.
You just froze.
It started about 10 years ago as a dairy.
Mm-hmm.
And after a little over 8 years of trying to be a sustainable and ethical dairy, the founders determined that there were just too many gaps in animal welfare. And they made a hard decision to well, at that point, it wasn't a hard decision. They retired all the animals, and now they live their happy little goat and chicken lives, doing whatever they want out here. And we work for them.
That's awesome. So the founders created, the business was a goat milk production place that's now turned into a goat sanctuary.
Yeah, it was a creamery. It made goat cheese and goat milk products. And now it's a sanctuary, and we have 119 goats.
Wow.
Right now. It's a lot of goats.
Wow.
And they just live, they just live their happy goat lives doing what goats want to do.
That is awesome. Now, when did the conversion happen from a creamery to a sanctuary?
So the transformation
Yeah.
in about the winter of 2024. So we're about a year old as a sanctuary.
And how did the transition go? How was it? How was it internally, like on the actual property? And then how did the community respond?
Well, I wasn't here at that time because I've only been with the organization for 6 months.
Okay.
But, people knew the name, and they also knew the founders. And there wasn't I don't think there was a strong reaction from the community. But people who come and visit who know it used to be a dairy are generally positive about it.
That's great. That's great. Now, does the Goat Conspiracy, do you do any educational outreach?
Yes, we absolutely do. We do tours.
That's great.
And during the tours, people get to meet the animals, and they get to know them as like sentient beings.
Exactly.
Are their own little people with their own agendas and their own agency. And through those tours, people kind of educate themselves.
Sure. And how often do you do the tours?
We have public tours on Saturday and Sunday every weekend, except in the winter.
Yes.
It's pretty cold here in Indiana.
Yes.
And we also do tours by appointment.
That's fantastic. Now, do you do educational outreach like to schools and 4-H clubs and things like that?
So we have started doing school trips here.
Great.
We don't bring goats out because goats don't really want to do that, and we try not to do things that they don't want to do.
Right.
But we have had classrooms come and visit us, and they do field trips out to the farm, and they have a great time. It's really wonderful. We also do camps, like summer camp.
Yeah.
Where kids get to get outside and do activities and learn how to do chores and meet the animals, and it's pretty delightful.
I bet they're super popular. I bet those camps sell out so fast.
Well, it was just the first year, so everything we're doing right now is kind of the first time.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Really exciting.
I used to run an animal rescue, and the summer camps were so popular.
Yeah.
and getting people out, and just learning about the species, the goats, and their individuality, and it's fantastic. Now, the 119 residents of home, I see you quite a few behind you, are
Yes,
they were originally creamery goats.
they
Is
were.
that right?
Yeah, they were originally dairy goats, and I don't see any here. There are some goats who still have their horns because when it changed to a sanctuary, they were too little to be milkers.
Uh-huh.
So at dairies, they do something called disbudding. So when they start to get like a little horn nubbin, they cauterize it so it doesn't grow into a horn. So both male and female goats have horns, or they should.
Right.
So our goats that are like 2 years old and younger still have their horns.
Oh, that's great. Now, do you have any goats on site that didn't come from the creamery, that came from other situations?
Yeah, we are not taking any new animals right now because we really are at capacity.
Now,
But
that's a lot of goats, man.
a lot of goats.
Yeah.
But we did take in a couple because they needed a new home, and one of them was actually born here.
Okay.
We felt like she was coming home.
Sure. Absolutely. Are her parents still alive?
I don't know who her parents were. We have some information about the sires and dams of some of the goats, but we don't have complete records
Okay.
how
Okay.
everyone's. But we do have some lines like we have. I think Christina is Apricot's mom, and Peaches is Apricot's daughter.
All right. Apricot was busy.
Apricot, Apricot is our goat yoga poster goat. She knows when it's time for goat yoga. She's the first one at the gate. She wants to get out there because she knows, like, at the end of yoga, there are snacks.
Yeah. And how often does one do goat yoga at the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary?
So we've done it. We schedule one at least once a month during the nice months. And we also do private goat yoga. We had a sorority come out and do 4 goat yoga sessions in one day with 103 sorority sisters.
My gosh.
It was amazing.
How stinking fun. That is so, and I bet the goats had a ball.
Yes, they did. They loved it.
That's fantastic. So this is maybe a dumb question, but do you have any other species at
Yes,
the Goat Conspiracy?
we have 80 chickens. They came with the farm, and they're just free roaming. So everywhere you go, there's a chicken.
That's awesome. Now, do you guys have any plans on having like a country store or something there to help you raise funds?
We just got t-shirts done, and we are sourcing them from thrift stores and then having them printed. So we have a reducitarian mission, so we're not trying to put more stuff out there.
Uh-huh.
So we are buying these secondhand shirts and washing them and taking them in and getting the logo.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
So we have those for our hay raiser fundraiser this weekend. We're doing a 5K on the property, and they'll be for sale for the very first time.
Great, because you have a very busy November, right?
We did have a very busy November.
Well, there's a good reason for it too, because you have a matching grant for funds raised during November, correct?
Yes, we do. We have a donor who pledged a $15,000 match. So everything we raise in the month of November will be matched up to $15,000. That includes purchases from Fluffy Cow.
That is amazing. That is so awesome. All right, so now let's talk about Fluffy Cow. So, as you know, well, let's make sure your fan base knows, because our fan base knows, but the fundraiser begins Monday morning. It began Monday morning. It ends Sunday at midnight, and we donate $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of the fundraiser. So, we need to get people to buy, and it's every item, not every order. So, buy a 3-pack, buy a 6-pack if you're a coffee lover. Also, bear in mind, The coffee is fantastic coffee. It's really good coffee. It's served in five-star resorts, so it's not just, a good mission with crappy coffee. It's a great mission with great coffee.
It's
And if,
amazing.
and if you don't drink coffee, and I also want to highlight for the coffee drinking people, that we have one with a goat name called Totes Ma Goats Cold Brew.
And that's actually the name of our farm truck.
And you can also, people need to know, Totes Ma Goats comes coarsely ground because it's for cold brew, but you can make it in a French press hot as well. And it's fantastic. Now we also have species specific swag that you can buy, and we have fantastic mugs. So we have things if you don't drink coffee. And then when the fundraiser is over, Beth will send you a shortened URL that you can spread amongst your fan base, so that every time somebody buys coffee or anything from Fluffy Cow, the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary gets a donation.
And it's any purchase, right?
Any purchase, yes. It's not just about the coffee, even though it's about the coffee, but it's also about, supporting farm animal sanctuaries, and specifically the Goat Conspiracy Sanctuary this week.
That's wonderful.
Yes. So the big question for you, Amy, is tell us what kind of an impact they could say. We just did a great job and we raised $300 to $500 before the match. What kind of impact would that have?
Well, right now our big need is hay.
Okay.
With 119 goats in the winter, they can't really forage in the fields because this is Indiana.
Right.
So they eat a lot of hay over the winter, and high quality hay is expensive. And, herd health, goats' health is the most important thing to us. We want to make sure they have the best possible nutrition. So that is probably where that money would go for this winter.
And give me an idea of how much hay do 119 goats eat on a weekly or monthly basis?
Probably about, during the winter, maybe 300 to 350 bales a month.
And give me an idea of what 300 bales would cost.
So the source that we're looking at right now for our extra hay comes out to about $15 a bale.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You have a lot of money to raise, Amy, for the hay bales. We're going to say some Hail Marys for the hay bales. All right, so we know what you're going to do with the money because we have lots of goats to feed during the winter, and the winter's right around the corner. So now we have 2.5 more days to get the word out. So we got to spread the word amongst our fan base, your fan base, all the bases, and get people to buy, so I can write you a big old check on Monday. Right? All right. Well, then, Amy, I think it's time to say goodbye and for you to have a great weekend because it looks beautiful where you are.
It is so gorgeous today. And I think this is apricot right here. And if my camera will cooperate.
Hi, busy apricot. Oh, yeah, that is an apricot, all right.
Oh,
she's apricot on the move. She's apricot on the move.
Yes, she is.
Okay. Well, she's a busy girl.
She is a busy girl. Not anymore.
Yeah. All right, Amy, you have a wonderful weekend. And
thank you.
Let's do our job, spread the word, and get people to buy so I can write you a big old check on Monday.
Sounds awesome.
All right, you have a great weekend. I hope your weather stays beautiful because it does sure look gorgeous.
It is gorgeous this weekend, and we're thinking happy thoughts for our hay raiser on Sunday, and we're really grateful to Fluffy Cow for including us.
It's our pleasure. We look forward to doing it again in the future, but let's kill it for now.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Amy. Bye.